Welcome to Bench Burner Sports, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in for another episode. We're talking about UFC London coming up this weekend. Saturday, it's going to be starting at 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time in the States. It's a good card. It's a damn good card for a fight night. One of the best we've had in a hot minute as far as name value goes. So we're all excited for it. Hope you guys are too. We're going to be running down a few of these fights. We're going to start with the main card and work our way down. There's a couple of prelim fights we're going to touch on as well. As always, again, appreciate you guys hopping in. You guys mean the world to us. We are also introducing a new little segment bit in the podcast. It's going to be a question that we ask at the end of the intro. We're going to give our opinions on the question. You guys feel free to comment in the YouTube or Spotify or whatever, wherever you listen or watch, and give us your thoughts on it as well. So we appreciate you guys. Knuckles, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. I'm ready for this card. I love London cards. Every time they go to London, I think of the card with, I think it was Aspinall versus Tybura was the main event back a couple years ago. That's probably one of the greatest fight nights I've ever seen to this day because I was sitting in my bed watching it. I felt comfortable. Started at I think it was 10 or 9 or 10 our time. It was phenomenal. Loved it. Also, speaking of time, I'm going to correct you a little bit. You said 12 a.m. Eastern or 12 p.m. Eastern. It's 1 p.m. Eastern and 12 p.m. Central. So for those people tuning in, if you guys rely on us for your start times, don't listen to Max for obvious reasons.
What did I say?
1 p.m. Eastern and 12 p.m. Central. But anyway, I'm fucking with you. That's the time. But I'm excited, man. Good card, really stacked card. This card's for the hardcores. There's not a lot of names for maybe some of the casuals, but I think it's a very, very good card for hardcores. So,
Did you just say 12 p.m. Eastern?
12 p.m. Central.
Okay.
What I said.
1 p.m. Okay. Sorry.
Anyway, but yeah, this is a good card. Good card for the hardcores. And if you're a guy or person, which most people listen to our podcast are mainly hardcores, but if you're a casual and you're tuning into this is a good card to kind of turn yourself into a hardcore. You're going to see a lot of good fights. Probably, I don't know how many finishes you're going to see, but I think there's going to be several good fights from what I can tell. A lot of strikers on this card, some grapplers. Should be fun. Anyway, Squared, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm excited for this card. London cards are always fun. They always give you something to think about. I said that like it's like a movie or something. There's always something memorable from them, whether it's Tom Aspinall blowing his knee out or just like Paddy Pimblett doing something. Neither of those guys are in this card, so a little switch up from what we're used to with these cards. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Like y'all said, good name value. I'm very intrigued by the main event and many of the other fights. So don't forget to follow us on our socials, X/Twitter at bench_burner. Everywhere else, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at Bench Burner Sports. Anywhere you get podcasts, Bench Burner Sports, you'll find us there. I'm going to ask y'all a question now. And I want y'all to whatever platform you're taking this in on, whether it's YouTube or Spotify or anything that's got a comment section. Go ahead.
iHeartRadio. Shout out
iHeartRadio. They've got a comment section. Hit it up. The question is, what city, preferably city, you can get a little loose with it. Sometimes there's, when we're talking Europe, those countries or cities here. What city has the best crowd for UFC events or maybe even MMA events? PFL Europe goes kind of wild. It's going to be the same answer. Just what city has the best crowd? My personal opinion, I'll start off, I guess. I'm going to go with Paris. They go big for their guys. I feel like for me personally, I kind of canceled out certain cities like Las Vegas or New York City because you go there and I don't feel like you're actually getting like their crowd in a weird way. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure a lot of people at Vegas and at the New York events are from there, but it's not the same. Like it's going to be a lot of people from all over the place. Whereas, we got UFC Des Moines coming up. I guarantee you that's going to be a bunch of Midwest motherfuckers in that arena that night. It's not going to be
corn. You're going to see some corn-fed bastards.
It's not going to be your skyscraper hot shots. It's going to be a very local event. You're going to get the actual atmosphere of Des Moines, Iowa, the Midwest in general. And those are the ones that I feel like kind of have the best pop to them when you just really get the culture in there. Now, don't get me wrong, Paris and London, even though my pick is Paris, I'm sure a lot of those people are from those surrounding countries and whatnot. But still, it's like I said, Europe is tiny. They kind of get to slide back past that one. So that's my answer. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. Mine is Perth, Australia. I fucking love a good Australian card, and when they go to Perth, man, it just seems like that place blows up. The fucking the press conference is just wild, just screaming Aussie, 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 and then you've got the card. They go crazy for pretty much everybody. They do stand for their guys just like they do in Paris, but they also go crazy for like other guys that are from other countries that they just like, and it's fucking dope because they just go crazy for everyone no matter what. They love a good fight. They love a good finish.
Unless it's Tafa getting
finished.
Yeah, they'll get real quiet.
But,
especially in fucking Sydney over there. Fuck.
Yeah. Nah, dude, Perth, I fucking love those crowds. Those are good ass crowds for sure. Knuckles, what do you think, man?
Well, I mean, when with Perth, when there's like no fucking town within what is it like fucking? It's like 1,000. It's not 1,000 miles, but it's like several hundred miles. Yeah, it's fucking. That's like probably the most exciting thing outside of the fucking people eating scorpions they have there. But but anyway, that's a good shout. But actually, my answer is the exact same as Squared. It's Paris, man. I mean, every time they go to Paris, that crowd. We all have our opinions of the French. I won't say anything. I'm gonna be nice, but that crowd goes nuts every fucking time, man. It goes back to when Gon was fighting Tuivasa. And they started singing the national anthem. Like they had to fucking tone out the crowd and tune in the microphones on the commentary because you couldn't hear the commentary. It's insane. I love the crowd. A secondary shout out, a little homer here, but I think Kansas City was awesome. I don't think we're pretty fucking loud. I mean, when we started doing the tomahawk chop, it was pretty fucking loud. And even outside of that, it was really, really loud. And I love it. We just have fun.
I agree.
Huh?
What?
Anyway, I don't know what he said, but anyway, my actual secondary answer might not be the popular one, but I think that they give a very good crowd every single time out. Is Miami. I think Miami has a very, very good crowd. I think every single time they go to Miami, it's a very, very good crowd. That's why they keep going back there, and I think it's Salt Lake City is a good one too, but Miami for sure. I think that's my second answer. But Paris is everything that Squared said. Yeah, they're the best. London's good too.
Can I say Nashville in hopes that we gaslight the UFC into coming back and giving us another shot?
Dude, they're going to fucking Des Moines. There's no way that they're not
giving them another shot, to be honest.
They'll be back by 2030.
Yeah.
Well, dude, if they're going to Des Moines, you got to imagine they're going to go to Nashville sometime. I mean, good Lord. But also there was another one I was going to shout out, but I don't remember. There's just a lot of good crowds in the UFC.
I think the thing with Paris. I was gonna say, I think the thing with Paris is that shit's like still barely legal. It's got like a black market vibe to them, so they're all giddy to be in there. They feel like they're committing a crime.
They're like the early 2000s UFC fans.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like the very first. It's like the very first time whenever MMA became legal in New York again, and they went to MSG for the first time. That crowd was fucking electric. Yeah, it's anytime. But also shout out. This is not current day. But shout out Brazil, like 10 years ago when Jose Aldo was in his prime. You want to talk? That's probably the best crowd I've ever seen.
Okay.
When Jose Aldo
I've got an honorable mention. What about fucking Japan in the Saitama Arena?
Oh, yeah. Or that's a good one. What about? Oh yeah, Pride crowds. You can't beat those. But what about fucking KSW? KSW crowds? You guys ever seen that shit? They go nuts in Poland, bro. They fucking lose their shit. Anyway, talk about it forever.
They need to do like a Serbian event. Have you ever seen like those Serbian basketball games where they're just going insane?
I feel like dude, with the fucking fire shooting up on the outside of the court.
Dude. What was that?
Everybody's fucking potential answers. So
another good. I mean, we're giving the people a bunch of answers here, but another good crowd that they haven't gone back to since the fight but when TKZ retired, that crowd was awesome. That was a really good crowd because they were singing Zombie whenever he that was South Korea, right? Seoul? I think it was Seoul, South Korea.
Yeah, that was good.
Was it Taiwan? Was it Taiwan or South Korea?
Hey, you gotta give a shout to Ireland too. Ireland goes fucking nuts too.
Those PFL.
Dude, I'm really looking forward. Low key, never thought I'd be excited.
Goes nuts.
Well, I was gonna say I thought I'd never be excited for a PFL card, but I'm low key excited to see Paul Hughes fight because that crowd, they're gonna go to Dublin. That crowd's gonna go fucking insane. That's why Bellator, their best cards were in Dublin. Like when James Gallagher and all those guys fought.
They also have like Cage Warriors and stuff, and people show up for that. Like people show up for
Cage Warriors had a really good card this last weekend, like a huge one. They said there was people saying that sorry, I'm putting my muscle rub on, but there was people that saying that the Cage Warriors card this last weekend, low key, was better than the UFC card, maybe on paper. I don't know about performance wise because that UFC card did perform, but anyway, good fucking crowd though. And also the reason that I want to say this just personally. I helped. I'm not going to take credit for it, but I helped think of the question. One of the reasons is UFC made a post about the question
entirely.
Well,
I don't know why you're.
Well, the UFC made a comment this past weekend about UFC Apex cards, and I'm just going to say this, man: get the fuck out of the Apex. I love it. I like. It was cool at first whenever you could hear every punch, but now we're past that point. Like. I don't fucking care about hearing people.
They kind of found like
it was cool during COVID when they had to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they also do have people in there now.
Like seeing a pay-per-view card like during COVID in the Apex, like pretty sure in Ghana.
And there was less people. There was less people too, so it made it more intimate.
Yeah.
Because there was like
we're in there, and it's like, I want to fucking hear those punches.
Well, literally, just
when it was absolutely nobody in there. Yeah. That was fun because you could hear the coaches, you could hear every word, you could hear the commentators like both on the mic and like in the background. Yeah. Now they have like just enough people in there to like kind of drown out some of that cool noise. But
it's like a high school basketball game.
Yeah, so it's just a lame crowd 24 like throughout the entire fight or the entire.
Well, and it's rich people. It's rich people who can fight, and I mean it's some of the fighters' family, but a lot of the time it's rich people who are bettors. Like I've seen a shit ton of people who bet money. They go to those to like bet money, and then they talk like this last weekend. Somebody was talking shit to I think Vittori or somebody, and what the fuck is his name? That Mark Montoya told the guy to shut the fuck up. Was sitting there saying shut the fuck up, like that. It's just people who are drunk go there. It's like, who's the dude? Was it Andre Feely or was it somebody was talking shit to a crowd member and trying to get him to fight him? It was like Feely or Ige or somebody was saying, no, it was Gutierrez. It was Gutierrez. Gutierrez said, why don't you fucking do something about it? Because the guy was talking shit while Gutierrez was fighting whoever. But yeah, anyway. Yeah. Went too long on that. Let's get on the fucking. Yeah, let's talk about the fights.
Yep, let's get into the card. It's UFC London, UFC Fight Night 254. We're fucking stoked about it. I am going to miss some of it because I'm going golfing because I'm gay, I guess. I don't know. What
That's
can
not
you do?
Why, but that is true.
Yeah, you know.
That's a good reason. No.
They coincide, I don't know. But the main event I will be able to watch is going to be Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. Pretty solid fight. Sean Brady 17-1, only loss coming to Bilal Muhammad. Obviously, Leon Edwards' most recent loss is coming to Bilal Muhammad, right? I think. Losing the belt. It's the first time we've seen Leon since he lost the belt, I believe. You guys correct me if I'm wrong.
No, it is. Yeah.
It's weird seeing him on a fight night. We haven't seen him on a fight night since he had that weird stretch of just not being able to get fights for like 2 years.
Probably the last time he fought Bilal was that was
low key because I think that was an Apex card too. It was during COVID. Yeah.
That's no way.
Man, that's what Bilal said.
Is that really his last fight night?
So
Had to be because he fought him, and then didn't he fight Usman? No, he fought Nate.
He
Yeah,
fought,
because
Nate at 263, I think.
and then got a title fight, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
the
been
no
really
contest.
inactive.
Right, I forgot about that. It was the main event, no contest because he poked him in the eye.
March 13th.
Yep.
Wow, almost.
Good God.
What was that?
Wow, that's crazy. 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
over
that's
3 years.
wild. So him and Sean Brady, that's gonna be a banger. Man, I'm so torn on this one. I don't really know. I'm kind of just leaning a certain way, but I'm not super confident. I think Leon Edwards has shown that he can kind of defend takedowns sometimes. What he can't defend is when people hold him against the cage for some reason. Um, I don't know, man. Like he can get up. He's got like serviceable wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Serviceable. I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm still thinking about it right now. Like I've been thinking about this pick all day and I don't know. I would lean probably Sean Brady, honestly. And I think I might be wrong on that, but I just see the same thing happen. Like I see in my head, I see another boring. Well, I mean, to be fair, when Sean Brady takes people down, it's usually not boring. He usually does do
Some
damage.
people say, but because they fucking hate grappling. But
Yeah, well, he actually does damage, and he goes for submissions.
he's a workhorse. He's a
Yeah,
workhorse, dude. Yeah, he's the beast.
I think honestly, I do think Sean Brady puts the final chapter in Leon Edwards' book. I think Leon Edwards will be around for a long time, and I think he'll have some fun fights. But I think this will be the fight that shows the UFC, like, yeah, let's just give this guy. He's gonna get Wonder Boyed, in a sense. Like he's gonna get dominated on the ground to where they just put him in fun fights and sail him off and into his retirement. And I think Sean Brady probably wins by, I don't know, probably arm triangle in the fucking, or not, yeah, head and arm choke, arm triangle, whatever, same thing. In the probably like third round, I could see it. Maybe second or third, potentially fourth. Knuckles, what do you think?
So for like weeks, well, like I think this fight was announced like what, a month ago, something like that. They kind of switched it up. When it first was announced, I was like, oh yeah, it's Brady. It's all Brady, all Brady. At first, and then as the fight's been getting creeping closer and closer, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, I'm like, is it though? Like, is it? Like Brady's good. He's very good. He's very, very good. Um, but like we're talking about fucking Leon Edwards here, man. We're talking about Leon Edwards, a dude who went undefeated against top competition for how long? He lost to Kamaru, went undefeated for fucking ever, looked great in every fight. And then he just, honestly, it was like a slip on a banana peel, like low key slip on a banana peel. Now, mind you, his last two performances have left a lot to be desired between the Colby Covington. That was not an exciting fight, and it was not a great fight on his part. I think Covington had a little juice left still in his system, like, not actual juice, but like, had a little bit left in the tank in that fight, and I think that was him kind of getting the last of it out. And he still looked like shit. Colby did, and I think Leon won pretty comfortably, and I think he kind of cruised to that. And I think what happened with Bilal is he completely underestimated him. I legitimately think he did. I think he just went into that fight thinking Bilal fucking sucks. I was beating the absolute dog shit out of him last fight, so why should I worry about it? And also the start time. I know people are like saying, "Oh, we're making too much of that," but low key, like it was middle of the fucking night when they fought. I think it was like 4 or 5 in the morning their time. You can't tell me that doesn't affect it. Even Tom Aspinall said like his sleep schedule was fucked up going into that fight because he had to like adjust to it because it's just different. Because when you're fighting at home at like 4 or 5 in the morning, it's different than fighting in Las Vegas at 9 p.m. Even though the times are the same, it's different because it's just a different setting. So I think that had something to do with it. And honestly, man, I'm picking Leon. I'm not confident. It's probably my least confident pick of the card because Sean Brady is such a workhorse. He's such a dog. He has so much going for him. But at the same time, when somebody defends takedowns and just starts punching back, Sean doesn't look great. I mean, honestly, his stand up was decent against Burns, but there was times he was getting punched, and that was against the ghost of Gilbert Burns, really. Um, and I just think that Leon has just enough to like be like, hey, I'm not done yet. Like, I'm not done yet. I mean, you got to remember, this dude was the champion, man. This dude was the champion. And I'm not saying Sean Brady can't be. I think he has every ability to be. The top of welterweight is so insanely stacked. I rate Sean Brady above JDM, who's getting ready to fight for the title. I personally think that Sean Brady's better than him. Personally, not everybody will say that. I just think that is a better overall mixed martial artist. JDM has really good hands, but he almost lost to, again, the ghost of Gilbert Burns. So it's like, how good are you? Whereas Sean Brady just beat the shit out of Gilbert Burns for 5 rounds. Now I think that was a lesser version too, though. It was lesser than the version that JDM fought. But anyway, my whole point is I think that Leon has enough in the tank to prove that I'm still at the top of the division. I mean, Kamaru, even in his loss to even as in his loss, not to his loss, Kamaru in his loss to Shemaev showed that he still had some in the tank, and that's the guy that Leon handedly beat in the last fight, you know. And I rate Kamaru overall as a better, maybe not at this stage, like we're talking a couple years later, but at that stage, I would have picked that Kamaru over Sean Brady. And I don't think Leon's too far removed from that version of himself, is what I'm trying to say. So I think he'll be able to stuff the takedowns. I do believe he will get taken down, but I think he's going to find himself on the feet a lot easier than he did against Bilal. I think Bilal's just a better. Bilal's better than we think he is. He's not great, but he's better than we think he is. And I think that Leon is going to probably pull away with a 48-47 decision. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think he's going to have to work for it. And I do think that Sean will have a couple rounds where he really controls. And I think it's going to start showing later in the fight because Sean has very, very good cardio. And I think that's where Leon will start to lack a little bit. But I think Leon will control the first 2 to 3 rounds enough to come away with the decision. So I'm picking Leon. Not confident in it. Squared, what do you got on this one, man?
Yeah, I'm definitely not confident. I'm in the same boat as both of y'all. I think there's a reason I said that this was a really intriguing matchup, is because I got questions for both guys, and it's looking like these questions will be answered this weekend. But until we have those answers, it's hard to confidently make a choice either way. That being said, I'm going to go with Sean Brady. I totally get going with Leon. Even like as you were kind of explaining, I was like, shit, he might be cooking. This might be Leon's weekend. But I don't know, dude. I'm just kind of looking at the trajectories. You're spot on. You can't take anything away from Leon. The dude beat Kamaru Usman twice. Sure, that first one was not a picture perfect win, but it was a win. Finish. Yeah, it's a picture perfect finish. And then he beat him handily the third time around with him.
Right.
But then we get that Bilal fight, and that was just like, I think that's left a bad taste in everybody's mouth about like how this guy's gonna stack up against someone who can consistently go for that takedown, consistently push, pressure, a workhorse, as you said, and that's exactly what Sean Brady is. I also hear that, and this is just going off of like things that his teammates have said, so obviously bias is a factor, but people rave about how strong he is, that he has just got he's got like ant strength, like can carry like whatever it is, like 10 times his body weight.
Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, dude's fucking stocky.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The way he's built, like he looks like he was made. He's got that Irish peasant build. He's Irish pride. He's got that Irish peasant build. He was carrying fucking bales of hay up the Irish hills for.
He's built like,
believe me, I fucking hate rooting for Philly. Like, I don't want to.
Oh, me too. He's the only. Him and Eddie Alvarez and Paul Felder are the only three.
Paul Felder's like the nicest guy that's ever.
Yeah, they're the only 3 Philly guys. But anyway,
he's the only guy that has ever been nice that has been from there. I think.
Yeah. That being said, I still have that bad taste in my mouth from Leon. I feel like he's got an Achilles heel. He's got a Samson with a short haircut. I don't know. He's got a weakness, is what I'm saying. He's got Samson with the low taper fade. He's got, and I just kind of see, and like I said, the trajectories, their careers. I feel like the pattern recognition in my head's telling me like this is when you start to see champs like kind of really start to slide down. Like they were at the top and then hard angle down. Whereas you got
He's 33.
Yeah, exactly. And you got
that's not bad though for
33 is
not that bad, but I mean, but also think about how long he's been in the UFC.
Fair.
But Sean is an up and comer. He's obviously we've seen him fall short. He fell short pretty badly against Bilal in his fight. But at that stage in his career, that's a great learning lesson. And I think he's going to start really putting things together that'll get him into that title mix. That's not to say that he's going to be champion. I would not put my money on that. And I like Sean a lot, but would not put my money on that.
No.
But I think we're going to see him really start to reach up at the top. And this is going to be the next step in that.
I think so. I agree with that.
By decision is my
agree with that. And then again, to what I said on Leon Edwards, he's only 33, but he's been in the UFC. He made his debut in 2014, so he's been in the UFC a very.
Dude, he was like 20. He was like 20.
Yeah.
I will say this though, Sean Brady is already 32. That's another thing.
No, he's not young. He's not a spring chicken. I remember like starting.
I always thought he was like 28.
Well, he was in like 2020 when he joined the UFC.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, I'm not comfortable. I'm not super stoked on my pick. Like, I'm not feeling great about it. I really do think it could go either way. Like, it's such a.
I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be a good fight.
But if it comes down to a good fight with like striking, I mean, Sean Brady has no chance. But I say that, but then also you have Leon Edwards who has Cheeto Vera syndrome and can't pull the trigger. So,
but just remember what the fuck Bilal did to Sean on the feet. It's like that left such a bad taste.
I know, but also I just don't think that Leon has that.
But Bilal's also better than we think he is. Really, he is. I hate saying it, but he's better than we think he is. So
I won't admit it publicly, but
I know you are. You won't. I know you.
Yeah, I will never say that on this podcast. I will never admit to it. But yeah, I mean, Leon, I just don't think he has that same killer instinct. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I really do hope. I mean, I just hope because, like, honestly, like, I like them both, I guess. I like Sean Brady. I'm kind of indifferent on Leon.
Same.
I don't hate him. I don't dislike him. I don't love him. But I do like him, and
I don't like him. I don't care for Leon. I personally,
I don't love him.
I like his story. I like his story. It was awesome.
Cool.
Like the whole last second head kick. Yeah, it was great.
But he went from being dodged on fights to dodging fights. So it's like kind of like the whole hypocrite thing, and whatever.
Yeah.
But again, I don't dislike him necessarily. I just want it to be a good fight. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a banger. Like,
I guess that's the way to say it too. Yeah, I'm indifferent on him. I'm just like,
I just hope it's a banger. That's all I'm hoping. The next fight we're talking about is going to be Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg. To me, this one is not as hard as the main event. I've got Carlos Ulberg all day. Jan is 42. He just doesn't seem as hungry. He's old. He does not seem like the Polish power. It's not there anymore. It's just not. It's probably there, but he just doesn't. He doesn't put it out there. Like, he doesn't throw. I just don't see him doing well against a guy like Carlos Ulberg, who does throw like a motherfucker. Throws with power. There is a world for sure where Carlos Ulberg could go too crazy, too fast, and get knocked out. That's what he did against
Kennedy.
Kennedy. There is that world for sure. I'm not denying that. But I just don't see it happening. I think Carlos has grown since then, and I think Jan is he's just getting older, and I mean, he's just we have not seen the elite version of Jan since he beat Adesanya. And I think that's going to show here. And I think Carlos Ulberg, I don't know if he knocks him out, especially in a 3-round fight. I think it's a decision win. And I think it's just like, honestly, like hot take, I think it's going to be boring. I don't think it's going to be a super fun fight. I think it's going to be a just touch him from distance kind of fight. I still think Jan's chin's there. Has he ever been knocked out? Like, I don't even know. I'm sure he has.
I think he got TKO. I think he got TKO by Glover, right? Or did he get?
No, he got choked out.
Yeah.
He's been knocked out twice.
Okay. Well, twice.
I don't remember.
Thiago Santos knocked him out, which
long time ago, surely.
Yeah, that was Thiago Santos knocked him out in 2019. So we're talking
6
years
it's
ago.
been
actually literally
years.
6 years ago because it was in February 2019. So
yeah. So I don't think. I mean, Carlos Ulberg has power, so don't get me wrong, he could do it, but I don't see that happening. I just see Carlos Ulberg winning a decision that none of us are really excited to watch. I really see that. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that it's a fun fight, but I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be a boring stand at distance, see Jan feint a lot, and then try to throw the occasional takedown that doesn't land because it's what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Forced
for takedown, forced
Yeah.
like not set up. Yeah, no setup. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a word for it. Fuck. That's
Panic
gonna kill me.
wrestling.
No. God damn it! That's gonna kill me.
What was it? How'd the sentence go? I think I can help.
Like a takedown that's not set up. It's just obvious.
But,
it's an obvious takedown. There's a word.
I know what you're going for. It's like camouflage, sort of, but that's not the word I know.
Oh, that's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna think about that. Knuckles, you go for it. I'm gonna look up the word.
I can't fucking think of the word you're thinking of because all I can think of is not set up. That's the only thing I can think
Telegraph.
of.
Telegraph.
Telegraph. Yeah, that's a good word. Yep.
Yes, telegraphs.
I
think Jan's going to shoot a lot of telegraph takedowns. Not a lot. A couple of telegraph takedowns that anybody his size could stop. And I just think it's going to be a boring decision. Yeah. I think Carlos wins by unanimous decision, probably 50-40, or not 50 because it's not 5 rounds. 30-27, sorry.
Me? Carlos is the younger guy. Jan's obviously got some age on him. Jan, if anybody knows me, I'm a big time Jan Blachowicz fan. He's one of my favorite champions of all time. I love the dude. He's just funny. He's cool. He carries around a fucking rope that somebody hung himself with. That's pretty cool, I guess. Some dude he discovered, whatever. And if you guys look up that story, just look up Jan suicide rope. It's probably not something good to look up, but anyway.
Okay, wait.
Unaliving rope. Anyway, but we got to remember less than 2 years ago, like a year and some change, or almost 2 years ago, he went to decision with Alex Pereira. Arguably, I thought he won the fight. Obviously, he didn't on the judges' scorecards because, I think Alex probably did land more strikes, whatever. Anyway, so the former champion, and he also went to a split draw with Magomed Ankalaev. Some people thought he won. I know this is some time ago, so we're talking 2 to 3 years ago. For both, right around 2 years ago. It was over 2 years for Magomed, under 2 years for Alex. So pretty close. But still, it's been some time. He's coming off of surgeries. I just think that he's fought the elite of the division and has been successful against the elite of the division for so much of his career. I know he's older. I know he's getting that age on him. I just don't think Carlos presents the problems that he has an issue with, which is a lot of time is grappling. He's definitely going to be slower, I think, obviously, and I think it's going to be apparent in this fight. I think he's going to look slower, but I think his skill and overall fight IQ and ability, like it just his veteran savvy, is going to carry him through on this fight because Carlos gave me, in my personal opinion, a pretty uninspiring performance against Volkan Ozdemir. He did win it. shout out for beating fucking Uzi. I love Uzdemir. But it's just a little uninspiring for me. Yeah. But yeah, I think Jan wins it. I think it's gonna be a close fight. And I think it's gonna be Jan probably leg kicking the fuck out of him, and Carlos trying to land a big shot, and Jan probably like clinching a lot. This fight's gonna be boring as shit. Because it's gonna be a lot of Jan clinching, leg kicking, and probably trying to grapple. And it's gonna piss a lot of people off, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this fucking sucks." And I could see it going to a split, really. But I think Jan's going to win a 29-28, probably a decision that's going to piss a lot of people off. And Carlos is going to just look uninspiring like he has. He's good. He's a good fighter. I just don't know if he's champion capable. And I think Jan is the test to see, because I think Jan's that litmus test right now. I think he's kind of the gatekeeper literally to the champions. So I think he will be until he retires, probably in a year or two. So yeah, Jan by decision. That's my pick. What about you, Squared?
I think y'all both made some really good points there, and I hope that you're right, but I think that Max is right. I think that this is going entirely off of one thing: is age is a big, well, two things. Age is a big part of it, and then activity. Ulberg's been pretty active. Jan has not. Just coming in off of a 2-year layoff, 42 years old. That's not a recipe for success. I think if this fight had happened a year and a half ago, like not long after Jan's fight against Alex, I would handily pick. I hate Max. I think that Alex would, in his time, just destroy Ulberg, to be honest. But his time has passed. He's 42 years old. That's a middle-aged man, and this is not a middle-aged man sport. Of course, this is a heavier.
I'll blow over to share that. Anyway, go ahead.
Of course, this is a This is the guy also who lost to that Glover Teixeira.
We saw what happened.
This is the guy who lost to that Glover Teixeira, and hasn't won a fight since, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so. No,
he
lost
hasn't won a fight since.
Drew against Uncle I.
Yeah, he fucking he fucking cursed. What's his fucking blew his knee out.
Also, side note, really quick.
Rakic blew his knee out. Go ahead.
You said that Carlos was uninspiring as he is. You know that, or as he.
No, he was uninspiring. No, I said he was uninspiring against Uzdemir. That's what I said.
Okay, but no, at the end you said as he is, for sure.
What the fuck are you doing? Sorry.
At the end, you definitely said as he is. I just want to point out.
I didn't mean to say that. He gets a lot of finishes. He was uninspiring.
7 UFC wins or finishes. I just got to say
Uzi,
that.
Just Uzi. But let Squared finish. We always interrupt Squared. Let him finish. I
had to interject there. Squared, go ahead.
I'm going to start my own branch of Bench Burner where I just do a solo pod and speak my mind uninterrupted.
He interrupted first.
But, yeah, just solely based off age, this is going to Ulberg. I'm not a big Ulberg fan. I don't know why. I really don't have an answer for that. Maybe it's a weird-ass nickname. I don't know. Something just doesn't strike me right with this guy. Like something gay as fuck. Something like Magic Stick or something.
Black Jag.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you shouldn't say
that. Yeah, we already said.
And we've said gay.
We said
like
noodle.
50 times.
We said noodle side, so I think we're past that.
Noodle side is fucking crazy.
Anyways, yeah, Ulberg by decision.
We're doing great, boys. Ulberg by decision.
All right. So we all agree it's probably going to go to decision.
It's us two versus you here, buddy.
Didn't this happen last time? And I was like right every fucking fight except for one. I was wrong about the Gaethje fight. I was wrong about the Gaethje fight. I was like really wrong about the Gaethje fight.
I hope you're right about this fight. I love Jan.
I do too.
I feel.
Hey, you know what? I do really love Carlos Ulberg too. I like him a lot.
I like his finishes. Dude, that one against do I don't want to say his name wrong. Do something. The Asian dude. That was fun because you got to. Do you Kim? But no, yeah, he's fun.
Yeah, Jung Da-woon.
I was way wrong. I'm never speaking again of.
Or probably in Korean, Da-woon Jung, because they say it weird.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like Chinese. They say
they just separate it. Sorry, not weird.
They say it backwards.
Backwards.
From what we say it.
They say
because
that word
everybody
backwards.
is normal.
Yeah.
And all cultures are fun.
There's an ice shelf.
Mex is rock'em sock'em roboting the
computer.
Move that.
There's an ice shelf in the Arctic.
Move it a little bit. The other way. Right there.
It doesn't look right at all, but
well,
okay.
I think the coffee table.
I also got a lazy eye, so no.
We got the lazy.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to straighten this up here. That's our podcast, folks.
What's next?
Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland. Gunnar Nelson's 36. He's 19-5-1 as a pro. Kevin Holland's 26-13 with 1 no contest. Kevin Holland, most recently, we saw him against, what was it, Roman Dolidze, I believe. Yeah. With the, was it a doctor stop? No, it was a
rib injury. Dude, they called it a verbal tap or some shit.
Yeah. It was like a corner. It was like a towel throw, pretty much.
Yeah.
Last time we saw Gunnar Nelson, he is 36, like I said, 19-5-1. It was in 2023. Did not fight last year. He beat Brian Barberina in all of Brian Barberina's greatness. He subbed him in round 1.
And then, who subs Brian Barberina?
Yeah, that's who does that? And then he beat Takashi Sato by decision. And then before that, in 2019, he lost to Gilbert Burns and Leon Edwards. Give me Kevin Holland. I mean, this one is really, honestly, like it shouldn't be as hard as it is, but it is kind of tough. Like it's kind of tough for me because Kevin Holland just does not ever seem like he wants it. He just does. Like, I love Kevin Holland, don't get me wrong, but the guy objectively does not seem like he cares if he wins or loses. He just goes out there to make money, literally make money. That's what he said it. He's said it out loud before. He doesn't care. He just goes out there to win, or I mean, not win, make money. Obviously, if he's trying to make money, you'd think he'd want to win because win money too, but it doesn't seem like it sometimes. But this one, I don't think he has a choice. I think he's going to win whether he wants to or not because Gunnar Nelson's 36 and he's just Gunnar Nelson, just Gunnar Nelson. I think Kevin Holland probably knocks him out in probably the first round. I think it's a pretty quick fight, quick finish. I think we kind of get excited there for the on fight and then get let down. Knuckles, what do you think?
I disagree. I just disagree. Gunny's the man, dude. I fucking love Gunny. He's great. He's kind of like Pennywise the Clown or fucking Jeepers Creepers. He only comes out every fucking 1 to 2 years to come out and snatch his prey up and fucking consume, bro. And low key, he's not like a world beater, but I think he's a very good fighter. I think he's very talented. It does give me some pause that he is so inactive, but I mean, every time he's come back, he's looked pretty decent. And I think that Kevin Holland has almost been too active. He's just settled with, hey, I need to make some money. I don't fucking care if I win or lose. It's pretty obvious. And like, he's kind of, I used to like Kevin Holland. I used to fucking love Kevin Holland. He's kind of turned into a bitch. I'm gonna be straight up. I don't like
his Jackson podcast appearance.
Yeah, dude. Well, like it's the Jackson podcast thing, and then like I've seen some videos of him with like fans, and like, yeah, he just seems too big for his britches, man. Like the big mouth gave him a big head. He's entertaining. I love that he talks in the fights. That's fun, but I just think he sucks on the ground, and Gunny is way too proficient on the ground. He's a very good grappler. He's also like a very underrated striker. His karate bladed stance is very good, which Kevin Holland has proven to struggle with between MVP and Stephen Thompson. And Gunnar is a very good karate stance style fighter. So like, give me, and he also is coming off of that loss not too long ago. Give me Gunny in this one. I'm not super confident in it because again, Kevin Holland has difference making power, but I just think this is a Gunner fight, man. I think that Gunner's going to take this, man. And so, yeah, give me Gunner honestly by sub in the first couple of rounds. I wouldn't, because Gunner is like welterweight Dolidze. He's not ultra elite, but he is good enough to do what he needs to do. And yeah, I think a diminished, weight cut Kevin Holland, he's going to take him down with ease. Maybe not ease, but take him down and probably do what he wants. I don't think he's going to get caught in a random ass Darce like Chiesa, because he's not really vulnerable to those like Chiesa. Chiesa just for some reason cannot fight a Darce. But shout out Chiesa, I still love you. But I think Gunner's got this, man. I think he does, and I think this is going to hopefully get Gunner to be a little bit more active before the end of his career. It's really sad to see his career wasted, but he's happy there in Iceland or wherever he is now. I think he might be in Ireland. With the gym, he's a coach from what I understand, and that's like a big part of his like life. That's where he makes most of his money. So shout out to him. And he's also got like just a badass mustache. So sorry, we've been going for a while, so trying to keep it a little bit low, but I got to shout out Gunny. Love him. What about you, Squared? What do you got on that one,
man? Yeah. Well, now that Max is not here, I can start picking with you again. I'm going with Gunner. I'm going with Gunner on this one. I just can't possibly trust our boy Big Mouth with a grappler. That's just I just can't pick against the grappler in that case, especially with how he is now, just running headfirst into these fights that are not good fights for him, and then just completely embarrassing himself. Not really embarrassing himself. He clearly doesn't seem to give a shit, so I guess he's not embarrassed. Yeah, not to be disrespectful, but it's just like, I don't know. It's like the dude's trying to fast track himself to that Misfits boxing contract or something. He's trying to, you would literally think he's trying to like fight out his contract as quickly as possible. But in the process, he is devaluing the hell out of himself. So yeah, maybe he's just trying to get fight after fight. But dude, if that's what you're doing, that next contract's going to come around. The UFC is going to be like, hey, you're back on 12-12, buddy. Like, or we're not going to re-sign you because, like, I don't know. That dude's not making good career moves, and I think this is going to be another example of that, another display of a poor career decision. Gunner's a great grappler. He is old, but he's still pretty damn good. Who was his last fight against?
Brian Barberina.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah.
Brian's pretty good on the ground.
Is he? I feel like he gets choked out all the fucking time. Maybe I'm.
Does he? I thought he was decent. Am I thinking?
I think because he got choked out by RDA.
I'm thinking of like Brian Kelleher because Brian Barberina's lost.
Brian Barberina's always getting tapped out. I feel like
a lot.
I know RDA got him.
Probably.
Barberina's been subbed 4 times. He was 9-10 in the UFC.
Mearshart
subbed by Mearshart. Subbed by RDA, and this is all within the last 3 years.
But you're talking about like 3 very elite level grapplers, though. Like,
okay, yeah, but if you're to the level,
I think you know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of a fight that literally happened 10 years ago, and it's a submission against Sage Northcutt. That's why I probably think he's like an elite level. I forgot about that.
That's what I'm. That's why about. Gunnar Nelson is just. I mean, he beat. That's my thing. Anytime that they,
are you trying to say he's not a good grappler right now?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Just watch his grappling. He's fucking pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that. He's fought 2 times this decade.
Yeah, like I said, dude, he's like Jeepers Creepers and Pennywise, dude. He only comes out when he
wants Takashi Sato and Brian Barberina.
Takashi 6'9".
Takashi, he beat Takashi. You're gonna pick against the guy who beat the shit out of Takashi 6'9"? Come on, man! Like, let's fucking be. No,
I mean,
I'm just fucking with you. Let's get rolling though. Let's get rolling though.
I love grappling as much as the next guy, but you're talking about he beat 2 guys that are no longer in the UFC, and the other guy that he beat, Takashi Sato, went on to lose to a 5-1 kid in the regional scene.
5-1's not bad. Hey, but I'll tell you this: he trained with Conor McGregor.
Another thing that I think is going to work against Holland is the fluctuation in weight cuts. The
bad
welterweight.
Also,
up and down and up and down.
Again, I've said this before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Gunner's that good of a wrestler. He's more of a jiu-jitsu practitioner. And if you,
I feel like he's good overall grappling. I'm not sure about his takedowns.
I don't think he's that
I
good.
thought he was like a judo. I thought he was a judo dude, low key, but I might be wrong.
I thought, I
Oh, it's
think.
jujitsu. It's jujitsu. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So he's a jiu-jitsu guy. His wrestling is not that good. Kevin Holland, in my
You said
opinion,
that about the last Kevin Holland fight, and look what happened to him. He got fucked in the ass.
against the Ritter.
Yes, and you said the exact same. He's not a wrestler.
The
He's a
Ritter, one of the
jiu-jitsu guy.
freshest, best grapplers in the world. Yes, I was wrong. I
I might
admit
be
that.
wrong again.
Okay.
I think he
well,
picked against the lead. I think he picked him against the leads too, did you? I'm pretty sure. I thought you did.
Yeah, I probably did. That's fine.
Let's go. Let's get on. Let's get on. We got to keep rolling though. We're fucking.
But
We've
you
been cooking.
guys sound like
No. We're
that's
done.
what you guys sound
We're
like.
done.
Ooh, that's what you guys sound like talking about fucking Gunnar Nelson right now. It's Gunnar Nelson. What are we talking about?
When he wins, just remember. Go ahead though. Go ahead.
If
Next
Gunnar
one.
Nelson wins, trust me, I will never pick Kevin Holland again. Because I don't think it's
Okay, fair,
dude,
fair.
out of our picks so far, this one is the one that I'm most confident in. Gunnar Nelson is just
Low key, this is the one I'm the most confident. This is the one I'm the most confident in.
dude. God, that's crazy.
Max, let's go. Let's
Well,
go.
I mean,
Let's go.
that's
We
why I
gotta
love
go.
this
We
fucking-
gotta
Anyway,
keep going.
for sure. Next fight. You're wrong, but next fight. Molly McCann versus Alexia.
Thainara. I think it's Thainara.
I don't know. Thanara? Sure.
Yeah, Thainara. Yeah.
Thanara's going to win. That's all I have to say. Like, I mean, come on. What are we doing to Molly McCann here?
I second that.
They just want
I
her
third
out
that.
of the UFC. Molly McCann's going to fucking lose. I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't know what you want me to say here.
Okay, this is the one segment, and I'm going to speak for Squared here. We all agree Molly McCann's going to lose. I mean, just look at her past. That's all we got to say. What's the next one, man?
Yeah. I mean, dude, she's going to get her arm broken probably.
Yeah.
The UFC must fucking hate that woman because she is fun.
I think ever since
McCann that is a striker but not a good striker, and just let her knock her out. Like, what are we doing here? What are we?
No, you know what? You know what it was, Max. You know what it was? It's when she got that fucking UFC belt and ran around the cage. Like,
That's probably what it was, honestly. Like, that was so
she's
bad.
sucked ass ever since then.
Dude, just give her a fucking fight that we all want to see, like a fun one,
Give her fucking like Carnolosti or I don't know. Give her somebody.
Dude, give her fucking I don't know, that chick that got knocked out the short chick. I don't know.
That Josiane Nunes is a 35. She could probably still knock her out. But what's the next one on the?
First off, how is Molly McCann making 115? What the fuck are we doing?
She's only 5'4".
Yeah, but still, she's fucking jacked.
There's a reason she's meatball. Yeah, there's a reason she's meatball.
She's 34 also. They're probably just trying to get her out of the fucking promotion, which
for
does,
real.
in my opinion, does suck. I do like Molly McCann. She seems like I would fucking love to just hammer some beers with that woman. She seems awesome. But
there were two parts throughout that sentence where I thought you were about to. I'd fuck, and you're like, I was like,
I'd fucking hammer. I'd fucking hammer.
And I was like, no, he's going again.
She's lesbian, mate?
Yeah, she's lesbian.
She's a lesbian, mate? No, I would just fucking love to like.
She's a fucking scouse. She's gonna fucking knock her out. She's a fucking scouse.
Yeah, she's a fucking lesbian, mate.
Scouse.
Nah,
she's a fucking like lesbian, mate. She fucking likes. She likes fucking snatch, mate.
Tell me I'm wrong right now. She seems like a fucking fun person to get hammered.
Oh yeah, dude. I would. Her and Patty. I don't.
Oh, dude, that seems like a great time. Sign me up for that any day of the week. But just give her a fight she can fucking win. God damn it!
I feel like you'd have to be in the right mood to hang out with them, or else you'd be like Cannonier.
Oh, you'd have to
one
be.
Time, you know, when Cannonier, that one picture where they're screaming, or that video where they're screaming behind them, and he's deadpan.
Well, he's worried about his fucking. He's worried about his moon crystals. So
rocks.
He's about. He's
all right. What's next up? What's next up on the agenda, buddy?
Yeah, Jordan Vucinic, I think would be how you pronounce that.
Vucenic.
Oh, you know?
Vucenic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Vucenic. I'm like 85%.
Yeah, that's more right, probably. Well, the guy fought Garam and lost. He's fighting Chris Duncan. I think they're giving Chris Duncan a layup. I think Chris Duncan wins. I also don't have a ton to cook on here just because we haven't seen much of Jordan. And, I don't know. We'll see. It should be a good fight probably, but I think Chris Duncan wins. Knuckles, what do you think?
I agree. I also I messaged Chris Duncan, like we message each other on Twitter. Still trying to get him on the podcast. So Chris, if you see this, come on, man, get on the fucking pod. He was supposed to before his last fight against Blachowicz, but a lot of shit happened. He just had a kid prior to that fight, so there's a lot going on. But shout out Chris Duncan, fucking love you. He's a fucking he's a beast. He's Scottish. Scottish fighting an English dude in England gonna be a fun. That's gonna be fun. That crowd's gonna be fun as fuck to listen to. I was for sure Jordan Vucenic, that name. I was like, oh, this guy's like fucking Polish or something now. Also, Jordan Vucenic's nickname is the Epidemic. He's like, if you look at his tattoos all over his face, he kind of looks like an epidemic. But
I just see
but, but no, yeah, I'm picking Chris in this. Chris, some of Chris's losses give me a little bit of pause. No, no ill will towards him on that. They give me a little bit of pause. He's been finished. He's lost twice, been finished twice. Lost Manuel Torres by sub, and he lost to Slava Claus by KO, but it's Slava Claus. I mean, come on, he's a fucking beast. Even though Slava Claus is not, he's been kind of 50-50 in the UFC, but impressive wins over Blachowicz, Yanal Ashmus, which I believe I would pick Yanal over Jordan Vucenic. So I think this is the perfect level fight for Chris Duncan to kind of make his name here. And like you said, he's coming on. Jordan is coming off of a loss to Guram, so I'm going to piss. I'm going to piss. I'm going to pick Chris Duncan here, and I think it's going to be a damn good scrap, and I think there's going to be a lot of scrambles, and I'm going to pick Chris Duncan by decision. That's my pick. If not, maybe a late TKO. But right now, Chris Duncan by decision. I really am looking forward to that fight. I think it's going to be good either way. But what's your pick, Squared?
I think that Chris Duncan's going to put those paws on him and get a TKO until the bagpipes start playing that. Yeah,
Let's go
for old Bussy, whatever his name is.
Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
The fucking epidemic, the germ looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
We have a buddy named Jordan. Sorry, Jordan, if you see this, we're not talking about you, unless we are.
Perhaps.
Yes.
That's really all I got on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next one is Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Charrier. That's a fucking interesting fight for sure. That one, when I first looked at it, had me pretty half and half. I'm gonna be honest. I'm leaning Nathaniel Wood. I think Morgan Charrier is or Charrier, what the fuck his name is.
Cheerio.
Yeah, that guy.
There we go.
The French dude. I think he's overrated. I think people take way too much stock in that one when he got his last win. And Nathaniel Wood is still him. Like, he's him. And I think he's motivated. I've seen his Twitter posts lately. He looks just fucking shredded. And I think he's motivated. I think he's going to go in and win the fight. He's not much of a power guy. I can see it being a decision. Pretty, maybe a 29-28 with one round close, but I honestly would not be surprised at a 30-27. Knuckles, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, man, I got to back my boy, the prospect, Nathaniel Wood. This is a very good fight on paper. I'm never going to beat the French hater allegations. I
thought you said you were never going to be the French hater, and I was like,
no. I said I'm never going to beat the allegations that I hate the French. There's one French fighter I do like BSD, but
I like Sudan and BSD, but
I
know. I know.
Good luck with that. But anyway, I will say that fair.
How's Robert Whitaker doing?
Fuck off. Anyway, but is he not fucking? Anyway, shout out his fight against Chepe Mariscal. Shout out his win against Chepe Mariscal. I'm just gonna keep going. So like that was a good. I don't know if he won that fight really. But Nathaniel Wood is better than Morgan Sherrier, I think, just kind of overall. I will say that I really, really, really wish, and I will say this every single time he fights, that I wish Nathaniel Wood would find a way to make 135 because I think he would find a lot of success there. He did used to fight at 135 and then had weight cut issues and yada, yada, yada. Get your shit together, get the right people on your side, get back to 135 because I believe you could be a top 15 talent. I'm not lying about that. He's still
He
a
looked
top
really
15
good
talent, in
against.
my opinion, at 140.
He looked really good against Casey Kinney
Huh?
at 135, I believe. Right? That was 135. Him and Casey Kinney
lost.
He did, but it was a very close fight. That was a banger. That was a banger.
And now Casey Kinney's a drug addict that's been arrested, so there's that. But no,
Is he?
yeah, I just think if he does the weight cut right, he can do it. But like that's the thing, he's got to do the weight cut right because I do think his. I also know why he went back to 145 because his record at 135 wasn't great. He lost to people like John Dodson, Casey Kinney, whereas at 145 he's had a lot more success. So he had that weird loss. He just didn't. Muhammad Naimov is really good. He lost to Muhammad, but I just think he's better than Morgan, man. I just think he is. I think he's going to show it here. He hasn't fought in a little bit. It's not a super long layoff. It's like 8 or 9 months, but I just think he's better, man. I think he's better. And Morgan's not like massive against him, like not a shit ton bigger. And I think Nathaniel's going to use his grappling in this one because Morgan's not the greatest grappler in the world. He's a lot more of a striker. That's where he showed a lot of his skill. And I think Nathaniel's just going to be just better. I personally think so. We could see a Morgan win here, but I just think that I'm pretty confident that Wood comes away with a unanimous decision win here. I don't think he'll finish him because that's not really a Wood thing. Like he does finish people, but it's not his like big thing. And Morgan's tough as hell. So
And
if Chepe's not finishing you, I don't know. I don't think Nathaniel's going to finish you. So yeah, I'm going to go with Nathaniel Wood by decision here. Yeah.
to your point, Morgan has 2 inches of height. Their reach is the same. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's huge. Yeah, I don't think he's huge against him. 2 inches of height. It's splitting hairs, but
right. And the reach is the same. So Square, what's up?
Right. And Muhammad, I think Muhammad was low key like a fucking lightweight, I thought. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Muhammad was 5'9", 146, and I believe he missed weight in one of his fights. So we're talking about a dude who's probably a lightweight. But anyway, Squared, what's your pick on that one, man?
Yeah, I'm going Wood by decision, to be blunt. I just don't trust the Morgan guy. I don't really trust Wood too much either. Seen him fall short in fights that maybe he should not have. So that calls a little bit into question. And I'll say this: Morgan's done good since he got to the UFC. He's been exciting. The dude really gets the crowd behind him at the Paris events. And I'll say this, also saying that I'm a little bit ignorant about his career, but dude, when I see you've got that Nate Diaz record, it's like, what's going on here? Where are these losses coming from? I'm guessing a lot of them were a good bit earlier, obviously, but I don't know. I don't trust this guy at this level. Nathan's got a lot of UFC experience, less fights than Morgan, but a lot more UFC experience, which is a significant difference. So I think he just gets this one by decision.
Yeah, I'm looking at the people that they fought. Nathaniel's fought like way better talent just overall. And if I remember right, I know that Morgan beat Gabriel Miranda by KO, but I think he had to it was in the second round, but I think he had to work for that first round. I think he had to work for it. And if you're having to work for something against Gabriel fucking Miranda in the year 2024 of our Lord at that time, like, come on, man. I don't know. I mean, Nathaniel could lose here because he did lose. The Muhammad loss, the Naimov loss was like really strange to me. Like you said, that gave me some pause. But Morgan's loss to Paul Hughes, and it was a majority decision. Ooh, that's okay. That's pretty good going against Paul Hughes. Jordan Vucenic,
Paul Hughes has also gotten a lot better over the last year. He's seen a lot of growth. He was definitely
Dude,
not.
he's lost to like
back then.
Dude, there's some good names on here. So again, here's some of his losses. Again, Vucenic, who's fighting, Paul Hughes, Saladin Parnasse, who's like a big PFL guy, that big like European that Saladin Parnasse, I think it's how it's pronounced, or Parnasse. There was another one that I thought maybe I was wrong. But yeah, just like those three names, I was like, okay, this guy's lost to like some good fighters, but I don't know, man. Yeah, yeah, it's Nathaniel, man.
Thanks everybody for tuning into the Bench Burner podcast. We appreciate you hopping in for another episode. This was a fun one. We talked about UFC London. Some of us agreed, some of us disagreed, and it was a fun fucking episode. We talked a lot about Leon Edwards. We talked a lot about Jan Blachowicz. We talked about a lot of everybody's favorite fighters because there's a lot of them on this card, and we had a good time. Hope you guys had a good time. Again, follow us on Twitter,
At bench_burner,
Instagram,
at benchburner sports,
TikTok,
at benchburner sports,
YouTube,
benchburner sports. I guess an at as well. I think they also do handles. I don't know.
Yeah. Throw the at in front of it. We're there. We appreciate
And Facebook.
Whatever he just said. Appreciate you guys hopping in for another episode. I mean, we do this thing and we have a good time, and we appreciate you guys. We've been growing. We love you. We'll be here next week. Knuckles, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just excited, man. Excited for this card. I'll say it again. I said it earlier. Excited for this card. Don't know why I'm talking like this, but I'm just ready. I'm just ready. I'm just ready, man. It's gonna be a good card. Gonna be a good weekend. Gonna be a good weekend to just stay home and chill. And guess what? By like, I don't know, probably 6 p.m., 7 p.m., wherever you're at, it's gonna be over, and you're gonna be able to have a night to yourself, just having fun, doing whatever, cranking the hog, doing whatever. I didn't say that. But anyway, have a good time. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the card. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Had a really good time. It was fun. Always, definitely a good one. We haven't debated like this in a while, talked like this in a while, like really in depth. I feel like we had a really good conversation. So I hope you guys appreciate that and enjoy it. If you guys didn't, fucking let us know, and I'll tell you that. But yeah. So anyway, Squared, what do you got to say about it, man? What do you guys say?
Yeah, excited for this one. I will say sometimes I don't like cards kind of being in earlier in the day because then it's like Saturday night and it just like something feels off, And I'm not saying I can't find something to do with my Saturday nights, but something feels off when there's like, it's like, oh, shit, what do I do now? I'm going to be hanging out with my family Saturday night. Guys, trust me, guys, I touch grass. I promise I touch grass. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Kind of as I had mentioned earlier, a lot of questions for that main event, and they will be answered because there's kind of no other option but for them to be answered, unless the fight just like falls through. Knock on wood.
Don't fucking say that.
On our laminate floors, that is good enough. Follow us on all those social media platforms that we had just mentioned. Don't forget to answer our question if you hadn't already. What's the best? What city has the best crowd for MMA events? Drop that in the comments below. However you're listening or watching this pod, drop it in that comment section. Let us know what you think. That's going to be something we're going to be doing going forward. Just having a nice little question. If we can, we'll make it kind of related to the upcoming event. That's probably not always going to be the case because that's not always just going to be the case. But yeah, thanks everybody. We love y'all.